Smith & Williamson is a top 10 accountancy and investment management firm. So we provide a range of professional and financial services to ambitious, fast growth business owners and their business interests.
And unlike a lot of our competition, we place an emphasis on being relationship-led and technology-enabled, not the other way round, because we think at the end of the day, people still want to deal with people. And entrepreneurs who are going through a variety of business issues and challenges and opportunities want to know that somebody is by their side and on their side as they go about addressing and solving those issues. You know, what is it that we can do to help you feel comfortable and confident to dream bigger, to have the ambitions to take your business to the next level, to really grow and push yourself and challenge your teams and disrupt and innovate and do something new and better? Because actually it starts there. If we can help you do that, if we can help you dream bigger and then put in place the mechanisms and the tactics to enable that, then we think we're doing something different. So it starts with that purpose. It starts with dreaming bigger. But it needs to have a foundation. A purpose is nothing without the foundation and the evidence to validate it. And our validation comes through our role and our activity with the Scale Up Institute. And the Scale Up Institute is something that was put in place after 2014. So after a lady called Sherry Kutu, I don't know whether people are familiar with Sherry, but Sherry was asked by UK government to investigate the reasons why the UK as a whole did really well from starting business, in the context of starting business, but less well when it came to scaling those businesses. So if you look at OECD statistics, the UK globally is third when it comes to creating the conditions for success to enable businesses to start. But those same statistics, we fall to 13th globally when it's the same conditions for success to enable those businesses to grow and to scale. So something is going wrong. And she was asked by government to look at the reasons why that was. And she went away and wrote a report, and the Scale Up report came out in 2014, and we were very proud to contribute to that. But then it was a case of, well, so what? You know, what next? How do we actually take this from being a report to something that has substance, to something that has structure, to something that people can engage with to enable them to achieve scale? And so the Scale Up Institute was created, and its single key objective is to make the UK the best place in the world. So there's us, Business Growth Fund, providing innovative patient capital for businesses. Innovate UK, grant funding and business support. We've got Google Ventures involved, London Stock Exchange, Olswang were involved, Catapult. So there's a number of players, us included, that are working together to create that ecosystem of support. Because we want to create the conditions for success to take us from 13th globally, you know, much more up the charts in terms of that success around scaling businesses. So the Institute is doing a lot. It's produced 3 reports so far in its life cycle. The very latest came out at the end of 2017, and if you haven't seen it, I'd really encourage you to go to the Scale Up Institute website, because the report is there, and there's a plethora of tools and resources to help you as you grow your business. When we got involved with Scale Up, we had a lot of people saying, well, you know, fast growth businesses, they're based in London and they're tech businesses, right? They're in Shoreditch, they're hipsters sipping lattes. And yes, there's a bunch of them, but actually scale-up businesses are across all industries, and hopefully you'll recognize yourself somewhere in those sectors. So we looked at visible scale-ups. There were 343 that were analyzed. They're generating 6 billion in turnover. They're turning over 240,000 on average per employee. And there's some really key things and aspects of really fast growth scaling businesses. Well, A, they're more productive. And if you listen to the media and you read various economic magazines, we have a productivity issue here in the UK. We've got a productivity problem. And actually, we need to turn to scaling up businesses because they seem to be dealing with it pretty well. They seem to have sorted it out because they are hugely productive. So fast growth businesses, productive across all sectors, have very happy and satisfied staff, and are really driving that UK economic growth. So if we look at scale-up businesses, there's probably 30,000 in the UK that satisfy the definition of a scale-up business, which is 20% year-on-year growth for 3 consecutive years, where the starting point is 1 million in turnover or 10 employees. You know, those businesses, probably between 0.5% and 1% of the total number of SMEs in the UK, but it's been calculated that those businesses, if we can just get a few more of them, we can just turn up the dial a couple of percentage points, will contribute over 225 billion of gross value add to the UK economy. These businesses are also the job and wealth creators in the UK. It's not the FTSE 100. Actually, if you look at the FTSE 100 over the last 5 to 10 years, they're net nil contributors of job creation in the UK, because yes, they do create a lot, but they also get rid of a lot through redundancy and cost reduction programs. So it's these scale-up businesses that are creating jobs and creating wealth and driving sustainable UK economic growth. And it's that purpose, it's that ambition, it's that drive which is really contributing to the long-term sustainable growth of this country. What the report also looked at was the scale, what are called the scale-up gaps. So these are the mechanisms, the systemic flaws within our society, within our economy, that are preventing us having more scale-up businesses. And you know, there's a run of the main gaps. So access to talent, access to UK market. Leadership is one that we've covered off quite a lot already, but leadership is really, really key to ambitious, fast-growth businesses. The role of the leader is key. If you're a 1-person, 5-person, 10-person outfit, your role as leader is very different to being a 50 or 100-person organisation. And what people look to you for is very different. But often we find, and when we talk to a variety of businesses across the UK, the average founder, owner, doesn't know where to go to get leadership training. It's a dead easy thing to say, but where do I go? What does it look like? There's a variety of different programs, and Goldman Sachs has been at the heart of this, but you know, there's different ones out there as well. We've got to find the right and appropriate leadership program to enable our founders and our owners to develop those skills that are important as that business is growing. Our scale-up program is all about enabling growth, and what we do is based around providing solutions and support and structure to address those scale-up gaps. So if we've got these scale-up gaps within our systems, within our economy, within our structures, then our program hopefully provides the resource and the solutions and the people and the expertise to address those scale-up gaps. So we look at finance to scale. You know, pretty much every business that I talk to wants and needs funding and capital in some way, shape or form. So finance to scale looks at how you access that capital to fund current and future growth. We've got professionalised to scale, which is about upskilling and about maturing the systems and the processes within your business. Markets to scale, which is accessing international markets and the support that's required to do that. Talent to scale, which is about attracting and retaining the top talent within your organisation. And then transact to scale, which is recognising that growth is not just about organic growth, it can be about inorganic growth as well. And within each of these modules, and I'm not going to spend too much time going through each of them because I'm very conscious of time, but we've developed a methodology, a way of working with our clients to really unpick and uncover the kind of support that they need within each of these modules. And our philosophy is we start at the end. If we understand what you're trying to achieve, both individually and from a business perspective, then we can work back and figure out where you are now and therefore what needs to be done to get you from where you are now to where you want to be in the future. And for every individual, that is different in some way, shape or form. Some people set up businesses because they want a generational family business. They want to hand it over to their kids. Some people recognize that in 3 to 5 years' time, there's a very clear and distinct exit opportunity, and therefore the entire growth journey over the next 3 to 5 years is how do I maximize value in 3 to 5 years' time. For others, it can be about moving abroad. For others, it can be about finding a new leader because I don't have the skills or the time or the effort or the inclination to actually take this business on for the next 3, 5, 10 years. So everybody has a different need, a different requirement. And what we do is work with you to understand what that is against each of these different modules. So finance, as we've said, we've talked about accessing the debt, the equity to fund your growth. Professionalize, which is growing up as a business and recognizing that actually some of the compliance stuff, the administration stuff that was referred to earlier, becomes more complicated and complex as you become a bigger, evolving, growing business. Markets to scale. Most scale-up businesses will prove and deliver value within their domestic market and then will quickly look to move into international markets. But you know what? It's bloody scary out there. And if you don't have the right understanding of the regulatory environment, the tax environment, the different structures, the different vehicles to move abroad with confidence, then you can easily trip up. Talent to scale, which is all about getting the right people on the bus, making sure they're sitting in the right seats and that they're strapped in for the journey ahead. And there's a bunch of soft cultural stuff around that, but there's also a bunch of hard financial constructs and structures that you can put in place to make sure that you're attracting and then retaining the top talent that will help you grow your business. And then transact. You know, again, a lot of scale-up businesses will quickly look to acquire new organizations, new acquisitions, whether that's bolt-on, whether that's strategic, whether that's domestic, whether that's international. And again, there's lots of different things involved in that process. And you need somebody who's on your side and by your side to help achieve that.
So what I think Inspire have been able to demonstrate is that they can quickly help diagnose problems and issues and challenges within a business. And I think that is a very nuanced activity, and it requires somebody with experience, somebody who understands how to grow businesses, probably somebody who's been there and done it before, to really kind of pick out and unpick and figure out those issues that are inherent within the business. And I think that, you know, therefore what Inspire bring that I'm really impressed by is that, you know, the experts that they have that are having those interactions and doing that diagnosis based on really sound understanding of the business fundamentals that are at the heart of every successful fast growth scale up journey.